Hey everyone, Ben here, and trust me when I say you're not going to want to miss any of the race that we've got coming up. As you can see from the graphic on screen, I'm going to be fighting from the back. I messed up both of my laps in qualifying, but this race is absolutely action-packed and with a very dramatic finish. For now though, we're getting ready for the green lights. I'm starting officially in P18, but I've lost another spot from the start as I had the outside line and I was just taking it easy there for the final corner before getting onto this first flying lap. So we're going to be starting this race essentially dead last as we dive down the inside of Ryan Silione there, and we will claim that position back. There's a little bit of an incident up ahead that looks like Tom Stevens was off on the infield there. We had to check up slightly, coming under pressure now again from Silione behind. We managed to hold him off for now, and it looks as if all of the other drivers on track have gotten through cleanly in this opening section. Something of a miracle here at Laguna Seca, but I'm really anticipating what's going to happen the first time we climb the hill towards the corkscrew here as we come through the medium speed left-hander and get ready for the extremely difficult section of track coming up here. I'm just waiting for the shout from the spot. Yes, somebody has gone off. There's a car stranded in the middle of the track. We're able to duck around to the right-hand side. I think I've made up a couple of spots there, but wow, we lost out to Silione, who came through at speed on the left-hand side. Side by side now up ahead through the corkscrew. I'm just relieved to have gotten through that in one piece. Had to really be on the lookout there for trouble up ahead and then rely on my reflexes to make the right choice. Thankfully, the driver involved stayed still on track. That allowed everybody, or pretty well everybody, to get through unscathed. We're into the final corner then. Still the pack is bunched tightly together at the rear of the field at least. I'm in P16. Let's take a look then at what happened during that opening lap. We're following Docamo in P2. He makes a small mistake. It puts him under pressure from the driver behind, who clops the curb on the inside, pitches them both into a spin, and we right on board here with the driver in P4, Marathoner coming down the inside, and you can see his car gets unsettled on the curb, and that puts both of them out of contention. And as we rejoin the live action on lap 2, you can see it's still tightly packed here, really challenging to have visibility into the corkscrew there. There's just around a second separating Nuno Pacheco in P13, Misael Valtor in P14, and then Ryan Silione in P15, myself in P16. You can see we've got some more action though playing out further up the field. Antoine Montigny there heading into the final corner in P10. He's going to spin the car. We're going to see him there on the outside, right on the racing line by the way. Everybody again doing a good job to avoid that incident. And just ahead of us now, we've got the pressure being piled on Valtor by Silione, who's trying to make a move, take advantage of the fact that Valtor got checked up there into the final corner of the last lap. He's not able to do so down into T1. This has been a fast and frantic start to this race. It was always going to be challenging coming from the back of the grid. Not many opportunities to pass safely at this circuit, and that's why I think you see drivers pushing pretty hard into some of these corners, taking risks, some of which inevitably are not going to pay off. And that's the judgment call that I'm going to have to make pretty soon here, because I want to get past, I want to make progress through this field. Although I messed up in qualifying, I know I've got the pace for a top 10 if I can get a move on. And we come through here, the swooping left-hander, avoid the curb on the inside, and I have a run on Silione heading up the hill towards the corkscrew. Look at the overspeed I've got. I'm almost clean past into the braking zone, but he has the inside line. He's going to dive down. Wow, that was a big lunge to try and keep the position. He's carried too much speed through the corkscrew, and he has spun it at the bottom of the hill. We see it again on replay. Wow, it was a good job that I gave him some room on the inside there, but ultimately he came a cropper because he was just carrying too much speed. Look at how close he came to colliding with Valtor there in the braking zone for the corkscrew. Thankfully, there wasn't a bigger collision. We move forward now onto lap 4, and I'm still in touch with the drivers up ahead. Valtor has made some progress. He's gotten past the driver up ahead of him, and now it's going to be on me to see if I can follow him through here and keep getting towards the top 10 in the second half of this race. You can see I'm gaining through these corners on the drive up ahead. He's a little bit loose there on exit. This could present a big opportunity here heading in towards the middle sector of this lap. I'm going to shape to the inside here, not really with an expectation of making the pass, but just trying to apply some pressure here. Look in the rear view mirror though, Tom Stevens has caught me up. He was the one who spun at the first corner. He's now trying to fight his way back up through the field as well. Very difficult to judge getting through that corner with Pacheco so close up ahead. You don't want to run into the rear wing of the driver up ahead of you there. He's hard on the brakes, into the corkscrew once again. He's a little bit deep. Will he spin just like the driver on the previous lap? No, but he is slow on the exit. This might give me an opportunity into the final sector here. Very difficult to pass through some of these medium speed corners where really you're just trying to keep as much momentum through the corner as you can, but a big braking zone to come. It looks like we're going to be too far back here, but actually Pacheco makes a big error. He's in too deep into the final corner, and that gives me a relatively easy passing opportunity there. We fast forward then onto lap 6, and I'm just trying to recover some of the ground that I lost to Valto up ahead in chasing Pacheco through that last couple of laps there. Tom Stevens 0.2 seconds behind, so my attention is split between trying to catch the drivers up ahead, but also I am now coming under a bit of pressure from Stevens behind us again. We're onto the brakes and there's a yellow flag out. What has happened up ahead? Well, it looks as if Urban Kadeja has had some kind of incident. He's rejoining. We're going to get past, thankfully, before this very tricky left-hander there. Unfortunately, behind me, Tom Stevens wasn't so lucky. It looks as if he's in the gravel. Let's take a look at what played out there. P6, Urban Kadeja there, coming through the corner, just loses the car. It's going to cost him several positions. Tom Stevens then is trying to get around his outside, just as I did, but he clips the gravel on entry to the corner, and that's enough to unsettle the car. Looking ahead then to the next few laps, there was a pack of drivers fighting very, very hard with Steve Detman at the lead of the group. He's going to lose a position here. He's going to drop from P8 to P9, but this fighting amongst drivers is letting both myself and Valto up ahead catch them through the latter stages of this race. And as we get on to lap 12, I'm currently running in P12, but there are some more positions to be gained here if we're able to pick our battles sensibly and press home our speed in the last couple of laps of this race. We're only a second away from P9 at this stage, but look up the road. You've got Valto challenging Brian Bennett for P10. It looks as if he's going to make that move stick. I'm going to try and take advantage of the two running side by side here. Bennett is going to have a go back into T1 by the looks of things. They're side by side heading into the braking zone. Valto's going to have the inside line. Actually, he resumes the racing line there. Bennett tries to get onto the inside line to swoop back down his inside, but he's not able to do it, and actually it looks as if Valto's got that move done, although Bennett's still interested in fighting back there. That might slow him up through this right-hander. I am just waiting for an opportunity to get past as well here and make sure that I'm following Valto through the pack, and I do have more speed than Bennett through that right-hander there. He takes to the inside line. I've got to get to the outside line here. Very difficult to execute a pass around the outside through this corner, and he is able to carry more speed down the inside and squeeze me out of room on the exit. And now we're going to flash forward to lap 14. Just one more full racing lap to go. We're still in this pack of 4 drivers fighting over 9th, 10th, 11th and 12th positions, and I'm really only going to have a couple more chances left to make any more progress. Valto is putting pressure on Detman, so I've got to have half an eye on that. That battle could kick off at any stage, but it's Brian Bennett's rear wing that my primary attention is focused on here. Can we manage to get past and up into P11? He's slightly loose on the exit of the Andretti hairpin there as we come through into the middle section of the lap. Trying to push as hard as I can here without making a mistake that would throw away all of the progress we've made through the race so far. You can see there, using the full width of the track through the right-hander on the exit there, side by side, Valter and Detman up ahead, and we very nearly run into the rear wing of Bennett there through the medium speed left-hander. We're going to go under the bridge through this swooping left-hander one last time, try and get as good a run as I can through this corner, and I've definitely got more speed than Bennett up ahead here. We're going to be closing right in as we hit the corkscrew. Oh my goodness, Bennett leaps on the brakes very early there. There's a pass up ahead. Drivers have come together. It's an absolute mess. I have to take to the gravel to get through the corner, and unbelievably it looks like we've gained 3 positions. What on earth played out there? A high pressured situation, so many cars vying for position. and unbelievably, it looks as if we've come out on top. Now, there was definitely a little bit of contact between myself and Bennett there. I was caught completely by surprise by how early he was on the brakes. We're going to have to look at this on replay. I crossed the start-finish line to finish this race in P9, but what on earth has just happened there to give us those positions? Let's take a closer look at it. First of all, you can see Valtor making an incredible pass and a safe pass into the corkscrew, but inevitably that slows up both drivers who are at the lead of this 4-car pack there, heading into the corkscrew. Let's take a look at it from the helicam then again. You'll see the overtake, but watch out for Bennett here. He is just going to roll in with too much speed. The question is, does the little bit of contact that I have with him ultimately put him into the drivers up ahead? I don't think it does, you know. I think what happened there was Bennett got onto the brakes pretty early into that corner. You're going to see it again here, again from the helicam, but focusing in on Bennett. And then he essentially lets the car roll through and he's busy defending from me, and he gets caught out by the 2 drivers up ahead running slow through the mid part of that corner because Valtor's just executed an overtake. I've actually slowed this bit of footage down. You can see how much earlier Bennett is on the brakes there. It causes me to have to take avoiding action. I'm still trying to get the car slowed down. There is a bit of contact, but I don't think it impacts Bennett's corner entry there. Let me know what you think in the comments. Here's a final view of it from Bennett's on board. I think overall this has to go down as a racing incident. It's a really, really unfortunate one, and it's cost some drivers on the grid there big time. We've benefited from it. I've got to say, I don't feel great about that. It was not how I wanted the race to end. But in the end, it was 4 drivers fighting hard through a very tight bit of track. As I say, let me know what you think in the comments. But as it stands, we've come from the back of the grid, and by the skin of our teeth, we've managed to get up into the top 10 after all. Controversial race, this one, but if you enjoyed it, then do check out the videos that are on screen now. I think you'll really enjoy those as well.